Ladies and gentlemen, you are not limited by your circumstances. You are limited by your mindset. What's in your bank account, your background, your education, your physical condition, none of that defines your potential. The only thing that determines how far you go in life is the mindset you carry into every battle. The way you think is either your greatest strength or your deadliest weakness. Your mindset can be the reason you break through barriers or the reason you never even try. This is not just motivational talk. This is survival. In today's world, your mindset is your armor, your engine, your weapon, and your superpower. If you can control your thoughts, you can shape your reality. So if you're ready to unlock the power already inside you, stay with me. This is 8 hours of pure mental fuel that will rewire how you think, how you act, and how you win. Let's go. The foundation of a powerful mindset. Let's begin at the root. What mindset truly is. It's not some mystical force or empty buzzword. Mindset is your internal framework. It's your operating system. It's the way your brain interprets events, processes pain, responds to pressure, and handles success and failure. And here's the truth most people ignore. Your mindset is always working. The only question is it working for you or against you? A weak mindset folds under stress. It looks for comfort, not growth. It makes excuses. It runs from challenge. But a strong mindset thrives in adversity. It doesn't ask for an easier path. It builds a stronger back. When failure hits, it doesn't crumble. It recalculates. It rebounds. It reloads. But you don't just wake up with that kind of mindset. You build it, brick by brick, thought by thought, action by action. This is not about motivation that fades. This is about discipline that sticks. Your mindset is your superpower because it shapes how you face every second of your life. Your thoughts create your world. Everything begins with thought. Now, the battles you face, the obstacles in your way, the goals you chase, all of them are shaped by what's happening between your ears. What you allow in your mind becomes your reality. If you think you're not good enough, you will act like you're not good enough. If you believe you're destined to fail, you will subconsciously sabotage every opportunity that comes your way. But if you flip that script, if you believe in your ability to grow, if you believe pain has a purpose, if you believe setbacks are setups, then you're already halfway to victory. Your mind becomes your ally, not your enemy. Adopt the growth mindset permanently. People with fixed mindsets say, I'm not good at this. People with growth mindsets say, I'm not good at this yet. One sees a wall. The other sees a challenge. One stops at failure. The other gets stronger from it. You want to rise in life? You need to train your brain to embrace the uncomfortable. You're going to fail. You're going to get knocked down. And guess what? That's exactly what you need. Growth mindset thrives on resistance. Every time you do something hard, every time you push through mental limits, your brain rewires itself. You're becoming stronger, sharper, more resilient. You're not broken, you're building. Choose response over reaction. The average mind reacts. The elite mind responds. When something goes wrong, most people panic, complain, or shut down. But people with a superpowered mindset pause. They assess. They adapt. You must train yourself to respond to problems with purpose, not panic. Don't give your energy to things you can't control. Give it to your next move. Train this daily. Next time you're frustrated, pause. Next time you're tired, lean in. Every time you control your response, you build muscle, mental muscle. And that's what separates the leaders from the lost. Master the inner voice. Everyone has a voice in their head. Most people just let it talk. Champions take control of it. If that inner voice is telling you you're not enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, it's time to fire that voice and replace it with a new one. One that says, I'm not done. I'm learning. I'm hungry. I'm built for this. You talk to yourself more than anyone else. Make sure you're speaking power, not poison. Mental strength is a daily decision. Mindset isn't something you turn on once and expect results. It's like going to the gym. You don't get strong after one workout. You go every day. You show up when you're tired. You show up when you're frustrated. You show up when no one else believes in you. Winning is built in the dark. Mindset is forged in the fire. You want to be elite? Start thinking like the elite. Start talking to yourself like a champion. Start acting like a warrior, even when your emotions say quit. Don't just listen, apply it. Right now, choose one thing from today and implement it immediately. Say it out loud. My mindset is my superpower. Say it until you believe it. Say it until you feel it. Say it until it becomes the way you live. Because when your mindset is right, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you. Reprogram your beliefs. Upgrade your life. If your mindset is your superpower, then your beliefs are the software that powers it. And here's the truth. Most people are running on outdated, broken, negative programming. Beliefs that were planted in them as children by their environment, by failures, by society. Beliefs like, I'm not smart enough. I don't come from money. I always mess things up. These aren't facts. They're lies you've accepted as reality. And if you don't take control, your beliefs will bury your potential alive. But here's the good news. You can rewrite your mental code. You can install the lies and upgrade your belief system. Because every elite performer, every champion, every unstoppable human didn't just build a strong mindset. They built it on top of beliefs that fuel fire. What you believe shapes what you do. Your life will never rise above the standards of your beliefs. If you believe success is for other people, you'll never chase it hard. If you believe you're destined to stay stuck, you'll never fight to break free. But if you believe you were built for greatness, your actions will start aligning with that truth. Every move you make stems from what you believe about yourself. You must start seeing yourself as powerful, capable, relentless. Not tomorrow, right now. You've got to break the pattern of playing small. You weren't created to blend in. You were built to stand up. Beliefs are learned so they can be unlearned. Think about it. You weren't born doubting yourself. You learned that from a parent who said, "You'll never make it," from a teacher who gave up on you, from a boss who underestimated you, from past failures that left scars. But if you learned it, you can unlearn it. That's the power you hold. You don't have to carry those lies into your future. You can replace them with truth. You can look in the mirror and declare, "This is not who I am. I am not my past. I am not my mistakes. I am not my fear. I am power. I am progress. I am proof that change is real." Rewrite your identity with repetition. You don't just flip a switch and erase old beliefs. You build new ones through repetition and emotional intensity. Every single day, you speak power into your life. You write it. You say it. You feel it. I am disciplined. I am focused. I do hard things. I am relentless. I control my emotions. I attract greatness. At first, it feels fake, but repetition creates belief. Belief creates identity. Identity drives behavior, and your behavior creates your future. Identify and destroy limiting beliefs. Get real with yourself. What's the belief that's been holding you hostage? I'm too old. I'm too late. I don't have what it takes. Now smash it. Replace it. Rewire it. That belief has zero power unless you give it permission to live. So evict it. Right now, say out loud, "That is not who I am anymore." You are not here to live a small, safe, average life. You're here to dominate your space, to fulfill your mission, to leave no potential untapped. But that only starts when you clear out the junk in your mental attic and build a mindset made of steel. Environment feeds belief. Look around you. What are you letting into your mind every day? Negative people, doubt-filled conversations, low-energy environments. You can't build a championship mindset in a toxic atmosphere. Winners build an environment that feeds belief. They read books that feed the mind. They listen to voices that lift them higher. They guard their gates like their life depends on it, because it does. Be ruthless about what you allow near your mindset. Your future is too important to waste it around average energy. Say this out loud. I choose my beliefs. I am no longer a prisoner of my past. I am powerful. I am focused. I am in control. This is how you take your power back. This is how you stop waiting and start building. Because the world doesn't give power to the most talented. It gives power to the most certain, the most convicted, the ones who believe so deeply that failure isn't even a threat because they've already made up their mind. Your mindset is your superpower. Upgrade your beliefs and your life will follow. Mindset over mood. Discipline wins every time. You can't build a legendary life by following your feelings. Your feelings lie. Your emotions fluctuate. One day you feel strong. The next day you feel tired. One moment you're motivated. The next you're questioning everything. That's why average people lose. They're ruled by their moods. But champions, winners, they run their lives by mindset, not moods. They show up whether they feel like it or not. They stay locked in when it's raining, when it's hard, when it hurts, because their mindset isn't built on emotion. It's built on conviction, discipline, and purpose. Discipline doesn't care about your mood. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. That's it. That's the secret. You want to be elite? You want to be unstoppable? Then stop waiting for motivation to strike. Wake up tired? Train anyway. Feel burned out? Show up anyway. Low energy? Lock in anyway. Doubt yourself? Work anyway. Because if you only grind when it's easy, you'll never be great. Real power is built on the days you feel nothing and still go all in. Mood is temporary. Mindset is eternal. A mood is a cloud passing through the sky. A mindset is the sky itself. Don't confuse the two. You might wake up discouraged. You might feel like quitting. But if your mindset is strong, if your beliefs are anchored in truth, you'll stay the course. Because how you feel is not who you are. Your identity is forged in mindset, not emotion. The most dangerous person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who's calm, clear, and focused, no matter what's going on. Build rituals that override emotion. Here's the truth. You won't always feel ready. So stop relying on motivation. Build rituals. Build systems. Build non-negotiables. You don't ask, do I feel like working? You just work. You don't ask, should I skip the workout? You just train. You don't ask, do I want to write today? You just write. You become dangerous when you build a structure that carries you even on your worst days. That's mindset mastery. Emotion control is a superpower. Do you want to know what separates world-class from average? It's not talent. It's not even resources. It's emotional control. The ability to sit in the storm and say, I'm still focused. The ability to get rejected and say, I'm still committed. The ability to face pain and say, I'm still grinding. When your emotions don't own you anymore, you become untouchable. Because the world can't make sense to you. Because you can still move. If you were raised to fear risk, avoid failure, or stay small, that's all programming. The good news? You can rewrite it. The real champions, they reprogram their mindset until their thoughts, beliefs, and habits align with greatness. They delete the mental viruses and install the mindset of a winner. Your mind was wired by experience, but it can be rewired by intention. You weren't born afraid. You weren't born lazy. You weren't born average. You learned those things through trauma, rejection, conditioning, and repetition. But what's learned can be unlearned. You have to stop identifying with your past and start aligning with your potential. You are not your failures. You are not your upbringing. You are not your circumstances. You are who you decide to become. Identify the old code holding you back. Before you can rewire your mind, you have to know what needs to go. What beliefs are slowing you down? What phrases were repeated to you so many times that now you believe them without questioning? I'm not smart enough. I'm not built for success. People like me don't win. It's too late to change. I'm just not that kind of person. These are lies, toxic code, You didn't install this, you inherited it. Now it's time to install it. Write new mental code, intentionally and repeatedly. Start speaking truth over your life. Start creating a new internal operating system. I am built for greatness. I don't fear failure. I use it. My work ethic rewrites my future. Fear can't stop you. Criticism can't crush you. Pain can't break you. You decide what you do, not your feelings. Lock in on purpose, not pleasure. Why are you doing this? If you don't have a deep reason, your emotions will win. But if your mission is clear, your mindset will override your mood. You're not grinding for likes. You're not grinding for applause. You're grinding for impact, for your family, for your legacy. For the younger version of yourself that was scared and lost and needed a hero. That's why you keep showing up. That's why you stay locked in. Because purpose greater than pleasure. Every time, say it with me. My mindset runs the show. I don't need to feel ready. I don't need to feel perfect. I just need to move. I just need to execute. I am discipline. I am purpose. I am power in motion. You want results? Control your mind. You want freedom? Control your emotions. You want success? Do the work no matter what. Your mindset is your superpower. Train it, sharpen it. Use it to override every excuse, every fear, every feeling that tries to slow you down. Reprogram your mind. Break the limits you were given. Most people never break through, not because they lack ability, but because they're still running on a mindset that was installed by fear, failure, and other people's opinions. Your mind is like software. If the code is flawed, the results will be broken, no matter how hard you work. If you were told you're not good enough, that's a program. Obstacles build my strength. I control my focus, my energy, and my future. Repetition creates belief. Belief drives behavior. Behavior shapes destiny. This is the loop of transformation. Speak it until you believe it. Believe it until you embody it. Upgrade your mental environment. Your thoughts are shaped by what you feed your mind. What are you consuming every day? What content, what people, what environments? If your circle speaks fear, doubt, and excuses, you'll mirror that. If your mind is fed with mediocrity, you'll live beneath your potential. If you're surrounded by small talk and small minds, your dreams will shrink. Get around winners. Feed on books, mentors, content, and environments that expand your beliefs, not shrink them. Your environment is your mental fuel. Choose it wisely. Break the limits. Then break them again. Once you reprogram your mind, your entire world changes. What used to seem impossible becomes your new standard. But here's the trick. Every time you grow, you'll hit a new ceiling. And every ceiling must become your next floor. That's the game. Upgrade, level up, break through, and then do it again. You weren't meant to live boxed in by anyone's limitations. Not society, not family, not your past. You were built to break limits over and over until you become undeniable. Say this out loud. I am not who I was programmed to be. I am who I decide to become. I delete the limits. I write my own code. I rewire my mind for strength, success, and impact. Your mind is your operating system. Upgrade it, and your entire life changes. Your mindset is your superpower, but only if you own it. Now, let's take it deeper. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Everyone wants success. Everyone has dreams. But the brutal truth is this: wanting is worthless without discipline. Motivation will fade. Emotions will change. But discipline? That's what keeps the machine running when nothing else does. This is where the average get exposed and the obsessed get elevated. You want to live your vision? Then you need to lock in, show up, and do the hard things when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what makes the difference between a wishful thinker and a relentless doer. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start moving with discipline. If you're waiting for motivation, you'll always be waiting. The winners, they act regardless of how they feel. They wake up early when it hurts. They work when it's boring. They sacrifice comfort for commitment. They chase mastery, not mood swings. Discipline means you don't negotiate with weakness. You act from your values, not your emotions. Your results are a reflection of your habits. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. And those habits are built brick by brick through daily discipline. Want a powerful body? Lift even when you're tired. Want a focused mind? Read even when you're distracted. Want elite results? Show up when others stop. Success isn't one big move. It's a million disciplined decisions every single day. Discipline destroys distractions. Discipline is your weapon against the noise. Social media? Off. Excuses? Gone. Drama? Cut. Procrastination? Eliminated. When your discipline is strong, your vision becomes clear, and your execution becomes dangerous. You don't get pulled by temptation. You pull forward with intention. You lead your time. Your time doesn't lead you. Consistency is the superpower no one talks about. It's not what you do once. It's what you do every day when no one's watching. Success isn't loud. It's quiet. It happens in the early mornings, the late nights, in the lonely reps. Show up, do the work, repeat. That's how you get the edge. That's how you gain ground. That's how you leave average behind and become a machine. Discipline is freedom in disguise. You think discipline limits you? No. Discipline frees you from regret. It frees you from weakness. It frees you from the cycle of quitting and starting over. It gives you the power to control your life instead of being controlled by it. Most people are slaves to their feelings. But you're becoming a master of your actions. I don't wait to feel ready. I act with discipline. I execute without excuses. I do the work. I control the outcome. I lead my life. You're not here to be comfortable. You're here to become unstoppable. Discipline is your weapon. Use it ruthlessly. The power of belief. Win the battle in your mind first, before you lift the weight. Before you close the deal, before you take the stage, hit the track, or launch the dream, you've already won or lost in your mind. Your mindset is your battlefield, and your beliefs are the weapons. The truth? Most people sabotage themselves before they ever get started. They think small. They talk themselves out of it. They see obstacles instead of opportunities. But you're different. You're building a mindset so unbreakable, so unstoppable, that nothing can shake you. Because once you believe, truly believe, that you can, the world has no choice but to move aside. You'll never outperform your beliefs. If you believe you're average, you'll act average. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll never push far enough. Your beliefs are the ceiling on your potential. So it's time to raise that ceiling. Greatness doesn't start with a result. It starts with a voice inside that says, I will, I must, I can. You don't need outside approval. You need internal certainty. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's clarity. Talk to yourself. Don't listen to yourself. Most people lose the battle because they listen to the wrong voice. The voice of fear, laziness, doubt. But champions, they talk back. They say, I've got this. I've trained for this. I'm built for this. Your inner voice is either your coach or your critic. You choose. Visualization is a tool, not a toy. You don't just dream about it. You close your eyes and see it with precision. The reps, the execution, the result, the moment. Your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and intense visualization. So make that vision real. Repeat it until it becomes natural, until the unbelievable becomes expected. Challenge your limits, then destroy them. Every time you tell yourself, I can't, ask yourself, who said that? Most of your limits are not real. They're inherited, passed down by society, your past, or people who gave up on their own dreams. But you're not here to repeat their story. You're here to rewrite your future. You're not limited. You've just been playing small. Break your mental walls before you ever break a sweat. Build a bulletproof mindset through reps. Mindset isn't magic. It's muscle. And muscle is built with resistance. You grow stronger every time. You bounce back from failure. You face fear and act anyway. You keep going when comfort calls. Confidence is earned. Grit is trained. Belief is forged. One rep at a time. I don't need motivation. I've got a mission. I don't listen to fear. I talk to it. I believe in my grind, my growth, and my greatness. The mind is your superpower. Train it. Master it. Weaponize it. Rewire your thoughts. Rebuild your life. If your life is chaotic, if your results are inconsistent, if your confidence keeps slipping, don't start by changing your goals. Start by changing your thoughts. Your mindset is the foundation. And if the foundation is cracked, everything else will collapse. The good news? You don't need a full restart. You need a rewire. Because once you control the way you think, you control the way you live. You don't get what you want, you get what you're wired for. Everybody wants success, health, wealth, greatness. But if your mind is wired for self-doubt, procrastination, negativity, you'll sabotage every opportunity. To level up your life, you must first upgrade your internal code. This means repeating empowering beliefs, rejecting limiting self-talk, acting like the future version of you now. Eliminate the virus of negativity. Negativity is mental malware. Every time you say, I'm tired, I'm stuck, I can't, you corrupt the system. Instead, install a new script. I'm capable. I'm adapting. I always find a way. Speak life into your hustle. Be your own reinforcement. Turn discipline into default mode. You'll never rise above your habits. And the most powerful habit of all is this: mental discipline. It's not glamorous, but it's how winners are built. Wake up and push, even when you're drained. Focus on the mission, not the mood. Get things done, especially when you don't feel like it. You are what you consistently think, feel, and do. So think strong, feel capable, act powerful. Align your thoughts with your identity. Stop saying, "I want to be great." Start saying, "I am the kind of person who trains for greatness daily." That shift, that subtle upgrade, that changes your future. Identity isn't something you find, it's something you create, thought by thought, action by action. Guard your mind like it's your fortune, because it is. You protect your phone with passwords, you protect your home with locks, but your mind, you let anyone and anything access it. Cut out negative people, toxic media, useless comparisons. Your mindset is your mental real estate. Don't rent space to anything that doesn't pay in growth. I'm not a prisoner of my past. I'm the architect of my future. I think different, I act different, and I live different. Rewire your mind. Rebuild your identity. Reinvent your future. Lock in the identity. Live like a superpower. You've made it this far because something in you refuses to quit. That's not random. That's not luck. That's power. That's your mindset kicking in. And now it's time to take that mindset and turn it into an identity. Because motivation fades, hype dies. But when you become the kind of person who doesn't need hype to grind, you become unstoppable. Identity is the final stage of transformation. Think about it. A person on a diet can cheat. A person trying to hustle can skip days. But a person who is a disciplined machine, that's a whole different game. When you say, "This is just who I am now," you no longer need motivation. You no longer rely on feeling good. You show up because that's what winners do. Build a life around your standards, not circumstances. Your mindset must be rooted in standards, not moods. Circumstances change. Pain comes and goes. Distractions hit. But your standard, that stays. Always. Ask yourself, what's the minimum I accept from myself, no matter what? Then live by that answer. Every single day. Pressure creates greatness, so welcome it. You don't get diamonds without pressure. You don't build calluses without friction. And you don't build a winning mindset without resistance. Pressure is not the enemy. Comfort is. Pressure teaches you who you really are. It for the new globes of the crowd has been prepared. Okay, you either break or you break through. Choose breakthrough. Your mindset shapes how you lead, work, train, and live. Winners don't just work hard. They think different. They approach every problem like it's solvable. They lead themselves before they lead others. Your mindset affects how you show up to work, how you train your body, how you treat relationships, how you lead your life. It all starts up here. Become the example you wish you had. Everyone talks, but the world needs more doers. Be the example. Be the one that shows others what's possible. Be the one who never skips a rep. Be the one who always shows up on time. Be the one who turns pressure into fuel. Be the blueprint. Because the ultimate flex isn't fame, it's influence through consistency. My mindset is my edge. It's my armor. My identity is locked in. I don't need hype. I've got habits. I don't need luck. I've got hustle. I don't wait for success. I live it because I've earned it. You've done the work. You've fed the fire. You've sharpened your edge. Now step into the world and dominate with a mindset built to win.